Lieutenant Leroy E. Jacobson was once just a name to me, and I'm so glad that he is now so much more in my eyes. However, it makes me sad to know there are so many men like Jacobson who remain silent heroes, who deserve to be recognized. But this is a start. I feel as though through this program I have come to know Jacobson, which is bittersweet, something I'm sure all of you have experienced as well. Jacobson was born in Canada but fought for the United States, which became his home and where he planned to continue his life after the war. Not much is known about his upbringing due to his immigrant status, but he attended the University of Washington for 3 years before the Great Depression struck, and he enlisted in the Army shortly after Pearl Harbor. Despite being injured, Jacobson refused discharge. His wife, who would later destroy all photographs of him because of the pain they brought forth, drove down to San Diego from Seattle to nurse him back to health. Absolutely nothing would stop Jacobson from fighting for our country and our world. He landed on H+1 minute, 6:31 a.m. on Omaha Beach, June 6, 1944. As if this weren't already the most unfavorable set of circumstances imaginable, E Company lost their radio communication and many of their weapons were jammed with sand. Some boats sank, some men drowned, and others saw many of their men lost from enemy or even friendly fire. We still do not know exactly what happened to Jacobson, but that doesn't matter. We know what matters. He fought for a country that wasn't his first home, and he stopped at nothing to do so. And as a platoon leader, he encouraged his men to go on, even though he eventually could not. As I mentioned in my leadership talk yesterday, leaders set examples for others. When leaders fall, others must take initiative and must learn from previous examples. I am certain that Leroy Jacobson's sacrifice is not in vain. His family's sacrifice was also not in vain, and I am incredibly grateful and forever indebted to them as well. Ed Jacobson was born just 3 weeks after his father was killed. To this day, he is distraught over not having had a father to play catch with as a boy. It is so hard for me to stand here before you and say this had a purpose, but that is how we must view it and how Lieutenant Leroy Jacobson would have wanted us to view it, no matter how difficult it is to understand. I will never forget the sacrifice Jacobson and his family made and continue to make for me.